shows happening, and they can jump in here for some live entertainment as I introduce our next live performer, Mr. David Benjamin. David! One of my favorite things of 2021 was that so many new shows were born on the Vaudacity Network, including the Piano Man, David Benjamin's Classical Piano Hour, which is live every other Tuesday night right here on the network. Did you ever think you would be doing something like that, ever?
Nope. Nope, not at all. In fact, I still very much remember the first time I was on a Vaudacity show, on Paulie's Online Variety Show, in, I think it was end of December of 2020. And I had pre-recorded because I was too nervous to perform live. So yeah, I never quite pictured myself being a regular performer, much less deciding, hey, you know, it sounds kind of fun to do my own show and just like play stuff I like for an hour and a half or two.
And people love it.
A lot of fun. Yeah. I really enjoy it.
So stretching our wings, trying new things. You're going to try something new tonight.
I am going to try something new tonight. I have improvised on and off. That's actually how I compose. That's how I first start composing, is I'll just start plunking something out on the piano and kind of see where it goes. So I haven't done it as frequently in the last couple of years, but I still do from time to time, but I've never done it in front of a live audience. So it's slightly terrifying because I've had plenty of times where I get, a little ways into something and I'm like, nah, this is just not working. I don't like this. And I can just stop and start over or come back later or whatever. But in a performance context, you got to find a way out of that if you sort of paint yourself into a harmonic corner, so to speak.
Sure.
So it's going to be interesting. I make no promises here.
So how does classical piano improvisation work?
I think it's different for everybody. For the audience out there and for any other performers who are listening right now, I cannot recommend too highly. Look up Richard Grayson. I believe that was his name. Look up Richard Grayson on YouTube. He passed away a few years ago, but he was a phenomenal pianist and improviser. He would solicit suggestions from the audience. So somebody would tell him to play a Mozart sonata in the style of Stravinsky, and he would do it. I mean, it was, he could improvise 4-part fugues, which is just, it takes a level of data processing almost that I can't even comprehend to be able to do that. And it's hard enough to sit down and write a fugue. It's complex. There's a lot of moving parts in a fugue. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Things have to be done a certain way. To be able to sit down and improvise something like that is just unbelievable. It's like magic. But for me, I find I usually try and tease out something resembling a melody and, kind of what are the chords I want under that, and then maybe change up the melody, change up the chords as it progresses. Try and do like a contrasting section. So I try and keep it overall fairly simple. You've got sort of a first section, a contrasting section, then a return to the first section. And sometimes if I'm just, especially if I'm home alone, I'll just kind of almost like stream of consciousness, just play whatever comes out, and I can be here for 15 or 20 minutes sometimes.
So how are you doing it tonight?
Well, I was hoping you could grab that pick holder behind you, the one with the strings and the hole in the middle, and plunk out, maybe a couple of chords, or I don't know, a couple of notes or something. Give me kind of a 99 style suggestion, if you will, and I will try and incorporate that into whatever the heck it is I'm about to play.
I can say with absolute certainty, so people know, David did tell me he was going to be doing this, but he has no idea what I'm about to play.
Not a clue.
And every guitar player, I think, maybe, I have no idea, I've never actually asked a guitar player, but has like just favorite chords that they play. Like if you're walking around Guitar Center and you pull a guitar off the wall and you just start messing around. So I'm just going to do that. So you're going to listen to this and write a piano. You're going to improvise a piano piece based on whatever I play right now.
Yeah, well, whatever chords you come up with. And obviously it may take me a sec to figure out exactly what it is you just played. But
I can tell you what they are.
Okay.
After I do it. I played it through twice, but
Yep.
a C, add 9. It's probably my favorite chord that I played. To G.
Oh, with 9. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there. Okay.
C, add 9 to G. A.
Mm-hmm.
D as in David. Those were the 4 chords I just played.
So we've got something like that.
I guess.
I guess that's what those. Yeah, that's the chords. A C with 9. That's a C with a D on the top, and then going to G, going to A, and then to D. So we'll see what I do with that. I just wrote that down so I don't forget because that happens sometimes.
Absolutely. I can't. This is so exciting. How cool is Ladies and gentlemen, David Benjamin with an
All right. Here
improvised
we go.
piece based on what I play at Guitar Center. Holy buckets, dude. That was amazing.
Thanks.
Paul, I
Yes,
hope
yeah,
you don't
kind
mind
of-
if I, Paul, I hope you don't mind if I say something. You know what? If you ever decide to film your 48-hour writing project, I think you have your love theme now that you could put in there. And and I took David's advice. I actually looked up Richard Grayson to see what he did. And what's funny is, fun fact, he used to fight crime when he was a kid with somebody in Gotham City. It's crazy.
Grayson. David Benjamin.
Thank you. Yeah, that was fun.
That was incredible. You did an amazing job. What a fun thing to do, and the perfect place to try it out. And holy smokes, we need to do more of those. But before we cut you loose, what was one of your favorite moments of 2021, or things about 2021?
Well, I've got the one I thought of when you initially, because Paul posed this question to us before the show just to give us some warning. So the one I thought of when you initially posed the question, and then the one I realized I probably should add as a secondary one when Caitlin was on. So the one I thought of was getting this piano that I just was playing. That was, I still feel like an incredible find. I was incredibly fortunate to be able to get it when I did. That was in end of February of 2021, and the piano was built in February of 1889, so it's turning 133 in about a month and a half. So just really pretty amazing. And then the second one, the one that I hadn't thought of, totally forgot about that even happened, was meeting the family and a lot of the performers at the live show in was it in July? Yeah. That was an amazing experience, actually getting to meet all y'all. We've only interacted in the chat. It was just incredible.
The only person who couldn't have loved that experience more were actually the people who couldn't have loved that experience more were the Emery's neighbors. We had so much fun. I loved it. But David, that was absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for trying that out here. Thank you for sharing that with us. And your mom's in the super chat. She says, David, we are beyond proud of you. And I think I can speak for the network and say we are too. Amazing. And your mom dropped in the super chat. Awesome job, David. Thank you. Corey Benjamin. Thank you, David Benjamin. That was incredible. Give it up for David Benjamin. David!